Now, let me tell you something about this book. This book started changing how I operate as an individual, as a young man, really. A lot of things was just come and go, no direction, really. And ever since I bought this book, things have really changed for me. Here's the thing. So I'm not even finna cap with you guys. The original clip of this was around 17 minutes. I'm not about to rant for that long. I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes version. I had purchased this book from Walmart. It was a sketchbook. I seen it on the shelf. It was like $6, and I thought, okay, well, this is cool. I really wanted to try journaling again because I did get a journal from a coworker back at a hotel that I used to work at, and I've been using it for a lot of things, but starting off with a blank sketchbook where I can just write down my thoughts and ideas. And one day in the middle of, I want to say November of last year, I had this idea, right? Because essentially, here's the thing. When it comes to information that is being given on social media, whether it's YouTube, podcasts, books, you're receiving so many tips, tricks, things that I would do if I was in my 20s, things that I would do to prepare myself for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, things that I would, it's just so much information and advice being given to us younger people, or just given to people in general, that what I found myself doing for years essentially was I was learning, but never really truly applying the things that was being spoken about. So where am I getting at? Back in November, when I was writing down all my ideas in this book, I had a new idea that, you know what? I'm just going to start writing my own rules. I'm going to set the cadence on how I should live as a human. Let's see if I can stick with it, right? Let me see if I can make some rules for myself, abide by them, and then continue to grow and develop. And that's exactly what I did. I started with what I call the SOP of finances for myself, standard operating procedures of finances. And I gave myself a set of rules. When money comes in from work and when money comes in from my business, how do I divvy it up? What do I pay first? How do I invest? Where do I invest? How much do I invest? All of these things. And when I created these sets of rules, all the rules seemed to flow together really well. Like it just mixed extremely well, and I really enjoyed that. And when I was able to create these rules for myself, I noticed I stuck and abided by them way better than if I was to stick to a budget. Way better than if I was to receive information from a guy that I read and I tried to implement what he said for 30 days. I can't stick with it for 30 days. I seem to only stick with it for 11 days because by the time the second check comes, I'm thinking about doing X, Y, and Z, and that completely takes me off track, right? Now, that was a really monumental moment for me. After 6 months of abiding by my own rules, I was now able to say, okay, what about in other areas? So I started doing it with clothes. What type of clothes was I going to be wearing? What type of outfits did I want to go for? What is my look, my style? What materials is my stuff going to be made out of? And then it progressed even to SOP of time, SOP of health, And I'm just starting to unlock a whole lot more things and gaining more structure simply because I have a rule book for how I should live. Essentially, that's what I was trying to say this entire clip. And I know for many young people, there is a lack of direction, a lack of guidance, how to move forward in this life. And there's so much information being presented to us. Here's my suggestion. Try writing your own rules. See if you can come up with 8 rules, 5 rules, 3 rules for yourself in one specific area. Don't try to make it like I'm going to do 25 push-ups every day and I'm going to wear, I don't know, white t-shirt and jeans, and in 3 different areas. No. Stick to one specific area. Make 3 rules for yourself. See if you can abide by it. And if you can, for at least a month, try to go for 2 months or 3 months. See how far you can go before you even break or change your own rule. And then build upon it and build another rule. Or maybe you altogether try a different area and see if you can do both finances and health. Finances and how do you manage your time. Finances and what it is you're going to be wearing every day. Maybe you'll find some structure. Maybe you'll find, like I did, a way of understanding myself on a deeper level. Hopefully that'll help you guys. I'm going to continue harvesting and processing this broom corn because it is going to take a while. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be making more content such as this. I kind of want to merge garden and self-help together on this channel. If I can't, I'll eventually just split it off into 2 different channels where I get to talk about both, because those are 2 things that I'm really passionate about, both gardening and growing as a young man, eventually into a man that's going to be living on a homestead, that's going to have all these responsibilities and is going to be relying on all the things that I've learned in my 20s, hopefully in the early years of my 30s before I get to the homestead. With that being said, much blessings onto all of you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening or day. It's actually daytime.